Welcome to Mrs. V's Reading Corner, where you can enjoy books for educational, fun, or even bedtime stories. Please take the time to like this video, comment below with how you enjoyed it, book suggestions, and more. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get all the new books that I post first. Dangerous Creatures by Angela Wilkes. Chapter 2: Venomous Creatures. Some predators do not have the sheer size and strength to wrestle with their prey and kill it. They may also not have the right body parts. Snakes, for example, have no limbs with which to hold onto their victim. Instead of fighting and risking getting hurt, these animals simply use poison. Their venom paralyzes their victims so they cannot escape or kills them immediately. This gives the predator time to consume its meal leisurely. Poisons are a complex mixture of different chemicals. Some animals, including many that use poison in self-defense only, have very powerful venom for their body size. Animals have different ways of injecting poison into their victims. Some have fangs, others use spines, stingers, or even hairs. All of these devices work like hypodermic needles, injecting venom directly into the bloodstream so it takes effect quickly. Venomous creatures. A huge array of animals, from snakes and spiders to giant jellyfish and tiny frogs, are poisonous. Animal poisons are often called venom or toxins. Can be deadly chemical weapons. Some poisons just cause pain, others kill. Many animals only use poison for self-defense, to protect themselves from predators. Others use it to paralyze or kill their prey. Because poisons act quickly, they are a very effective way to subdue fast-moving prey before it has a chance to escape. Types of venom. There are two main types of venom. One affects an animal's nervous system, paralyzing the victim and leading to suffocation or a heart attack. The other stops an animal's blood system from working. Venom is usually injected into victims using needle-sharp fangs, spines, or stingers. But it can also be in animals' saliva or the slimy mucus covering its skin. Killer tentacles. Jellyfish and their relatives ensnare prey in their long, trailing tentacles. Each tentacle is covered with stinging cells. As soon as the tentacle touches prey or a person, poisonous darts shoot out from the stinging cells. These hold poison and paralyze the prey so the jellyfish can lift it to its mouth, injecting venom. Sea anemones and coral polyps catch food in a similar way to jellyfish. But many sea creatures use sharp spines to inject venom into prey or predators. Poisonous fangs. Many snakes, such as this eyelash viper, are armed with poisonous fangs. A snake's fangs are thin, sharp, and curved backward, so it can get a good grip on prey. Snakes strike fast, jabbing their victims with their fangs and injecting a strong dose of venom into them. The venom on some snakes is powerful enough to paralyze and kill large animals. Spiders also have a poisonous bite that they use to paralyze or kill their prey. Some poisonous animals are brightly colored or patterned. This warns predators that they are dangerous and are best left alone. Feared snakes. Deadly venom, lightning speed, long, sinuous bodies, and flickering forked tongues make people fear snakes more than most other animals. Many snakes grow several feet long and can swallow extremely large prey, making them even more daunting. Poisonous snakes do not hunt people, but use their victims to immobilize or kill the small animals that they eat, such as rats or lizards. They only bite humans to defend themselves when they feel threatened. Some snakes' venom is so powerful that it can kill a person if they are not treated quickly. Deadly poison. The inland taipan, the most poisonous land snake, has such strong venom that a full dose can kill a human within 45 minutes. In fact, the taipan only lives in remote parts of inland Australia and is so rarely seen that at one time people thought it was extinct. The inland taipan's main prey are rats, which move fast and can be dangerous because they bite and scratch. This means it is vital for a snake to have strong venom that will immobilize the rats quickly before they can cause injury. The taipan's venom attacks an animal's nervous system, stopping it from breathing and causing paralysis. Giant among snakes. King cobras are the largest venomous snakes of all and can grow up to 18 feet in length. They live in the tropical forests of Southeast Asia and eats other snakes and lizards. When the king cobra feels threatened, it hisses, rears up, and spreads out its neck ribs to form a hood that makes it look more frightening. One bite from a king cobra is lethal enough to kill an elephant. In fact, up to 36 people die from king cobra bites each year. Fastest snake. Almost 13 feet long, the black mamba is one of the most feared snakes in Africa. It can move faster than any other snake, slithering along the ground at speeds up to 10 miles per hour. With its head held high despite its speed, its aim is quick and accurate. The black mamba often lives in termite mounds or hollow trees and hunts rodents, ground squirrels, and other small mammals. Unlike other snakes, which swallow their prey alive, it bites its victims and leaves them to die before eating them. The black mamba's venom is very strong and attacks the nervous system. A king cobra lunges forward to attack in tropical erect posture, its hood on display. It can hold itself upright with 1/3 of its total length, over 6 feet, and move forward with alarming speed, making a low hissing noise like a dog's growl. The gaboon viper has a huge 6 feet long body and lives in the tropical rainforests of western and central Africa. It relies on camouflage to help catch rodents and frogs. It lies in wait on the forest floor, its vivid geometric markings making it almost invisible in surrounding leaves. The gaboon viper has fangs that are 2 inches long, the longest fangs of any snake. The black mamba is slender but very strong. In fact, it is not black but a metallic grayish green color. It might get its name from the color inside of its mouth, which is purplish black. Just 2 drops of its venom can kill a person. The inland taipan rears up aggressively in its characteristic S shape, ready to strike and revealing its bright yellow belly. The inland taipan is not known to have caused any human deaths at all. Poisonous fangs. All snakes are meat eaters, but they have no limbs with which to hold down prey and no teeth with which to chew it. Instead, many snakes are armed with lethal poisonous fangs. These work similar to hypodermic needles. They inject poison into prey and paralyze or kill it. This gives a snake time to swallow its prey whole, safe from the danger of an active victim's sharp teeth or claws. Heat-seeking snakes. Pit vipers, the family of poisonous snakes that include rattlesnakes, cottonmouths, and bushmasters, have the most sophisticated fangs and detection devices of all snakes. They have heat-sensitive pits or hollows on the sides of their faces that pick up infrared heat given off by nearby prey. This means that pit vipers can pinpoint prey in total darkness without being able to see at all. Pit vipers rely on ambush tactics to catch their prey. They strike with lightning speed, inject their venom into their prey, and then often wait 5 to 30 minutes for the victim to take effect. Even if the prey manages to escape, it is too weak to go far, and the snake soon tracks it down. Poisonous cocktail. Snake venom is like saliva or spit, but with a potent mixture of deadly chemicals. Each type of poisonous snake has its own type of venom, depending on the chemicals in it. A rattlesnake venom mainly affects a victim's bloodstream. A snake venom does not just subdue or kill its prey. Like saliva, it starts to dissolve and break down the snake's food as the first step of the digestive process. Snakes can control the amount of venom they inject, so they do not waste any. Although they do not need to eat as often as mammals, it can take a while to replace their supply of venom. Snakes are in danger from predators during this time. Normally, a rattlesnake's long, slender fangs are folded up flat against its upper jaw on each side of its mouth. This stops them from sticking out of the snake's mouth when it is closed. The fangs are tucked into a sheath of skin to protect them and keep their points very sharp. When the rattlesnake opens its mouth to strike, the fangs swing forward until they are at right angles to the snake's upper jaw. The snake also tilts its head so the fangs are pointed forward. It jabs them into its victim and then withdraws them as soon as the venom has been injected to protect them from danger. The snake's small backward curving teeth help keep a firm grip on its prey during the long process of swallowing it. A rattlesnake opens its mouth wide to strike and then sinks its two long fangs into an animal. As it does so, venom is squeezed out of the venom glands and along tiny tubes, called ducts, into the snake's hollow fangs. The venom is then forced out of small openings in the fangs and injected into the deep puncture wounds that the fangs had made. It enters the victim's bloodstream instantly and is so powerful that it takes effect right away. The snake's long curved fangs are enclosed in a freshly sheathed, venomous skin. Even small, harmless-looking animals can be deadly poisonous. Amphibians, a group of animals that includes frogs, toads, and salamanders, are born in water yet live on land as adults. They all have thin, moist skin through which they breathe. This skin can sometimes be poisonous. The poison is produced by poison glands on the amphibian's back or scattered through its skin. The poison tastes bad and discourages predators from eating the amphibian. The most poisonous amphibian of all are very brightly colored. These colors act as a warning to predators that the animal is dangerous to eat. Colorful frogs. Poison dart frogs, which live in the rainforests of Central and South America, secrete the most powerful skin poison of any amphibian. The poison is scattered throughout the frog's skin and acts fast, attacking the nerve and muscle cells of a predator and causing heart failure. Poison dart frogs are so called because of the Choco tribe in South America using their poison on the tips of their darts. One frog produces enough poison for up to 50 darts. Poison dart frogs are tiny, only up to 2 inches long, and come in many jewel-like colors. These provide such an effective warning to predators that the frogs are active and can search for food by day, unlike other frogs. The most poisonous frog of all, the terrible dart frog, produces up to 0.07 ounces of poison, just 1/10 of which will kill a person. Poisonous toad. All toads have slightly poisonous skin that makes predators avoid eating them. The cane toad, however, is not only very large, more than 4 pounds, it is also very poisonous. Toxins are spread throughout its body, but are concentrated in its warty skin and the 2 glands on its shoulders. When a toad is attacked, milky venom from those glands ooze into the attacker's mouth, causing heart failure, convulsions, temporary blindness, and even death. Beetle control. Originally from South and Central America, the cane toad was introduced to Australia 60 years ago in order to try to control beetles from infecting sugarcane crops, and soon spread rapidly. All of the predators of native Australian frogs, such as waterbirds and snakes, died from eating the toad. Living in fire. The fire salamander grows almost 12 inches long and has a black body with yellow markings to warn predators that it is poisonous. Its skin produces toxins that taste terrible, irritate the eyes, and that can even kill small mammals. The salamander also has poisonous glands on its back and squirts poison in the face of persistent predators. The word salamander means lives in fire. People used to think salamanders could survive fires because they ran out of logs on campfires when they were lit. The golden poison dart frog is a close relative of the terrible dart frog, the most venomous frog of all. It is one of only 3 species of frogs that are toxic enough to produce effective blowgun darts. Strawberry poison dart frogs are named after their bright red skin, which is speckled with blue-black markings. These 2 frogs are peering over the rim of a bromeliad leaf high up in the rainforest canopy. The enormous cane toad has a large pouch-like swelling on each shoulder. These are its parotid glands, big glands that produce toxins. More toxins are concentrated in the toad's warty skin, its muscles, bones, and body organs. The toad's eggs and tadpoles are also poisonous. The black and yellow skin markings of the fire salamander are characteristic warning colors. Other color combinations that work in the same way are red and black, and orange and black. A deadly bite. 2 completely contrasting types of lizards living in 2 different parts of the world have an especially harmful bite. They do not just use their sharp teeth to kill their prey. One has a poisonous bite, and the other has a mouthful of deadly bacteria. The Gila monster is a brightly colored lizard found in the southwestern United States. The Komodo dragon, a monitor lizard, lives on only a handful of small, isolated islands in Indonesia and is known locally as an order. Venomous lizard. The Gila monster is one of the only 2 poisonous lizards and grows up to 19.5 inches long. It lives in the American deserts, resting underground in a burrow by day and coming out to feed at night. The Gila monster feeds on eggs, nesting birds, ground squirrels, young rabbits, and any other small animals that live on the ground. It can only move slowly, so it relies on ambush attacks to catch prey. The Gila is not an aggressive lizard, but will defend itself by hissing at and then biting anything that attacks it. It has an excruciatingly painful bite. The lower jaw contains venom glands, and when it bites, venom flows from these glands into grooves in the teeth. The lizard cannot inject poison into its prey or attacker, as a snake does, so it grips onto a victim fiercely and has to chew to work in the poison. The Gila's victim affects an animal's nervous system, so it is useful for immobilizing prey. It is painful and causes sickness and vomiting in humans, but it's rarely fatal. Mighty lizard. The Komodo dragon is the largest lizard in the world. It can grow more than 6 feet long and weighs up to 442 pounds. The dragon has no natural enemies on the islands where it lives and is a fierce predator, feeding on wild boar, deer, dogs, goats, snakes, water buffalo, and even humans once in a while. The Komodo dragon tends to hunt by ambush. It lumbers along forest trails, sniffing out prey with its enormous, flickering, forked tongue. The Komodo can smell animals from as far as 3 miles away and lies in wait for them in tall grass. Despite its clumpy appearance, the dragon can move very fast and charges out of its hiding place once prey come too close. A Komodo cannot keep up a chase for long, but even if it does not manage to hang onto the prey, it sinks its teeth in to subdue it. The dragon's breath smells foul since its mouth is full of poisonous bacteria. Even if the prey escapes, one bite is enough to cause a fatal wound. As infection sets in, the animal weakens, slows down, and eventually dies. The dragon soon tracks it down again, moving in for the kill. The Komodo dragon's attack is ferocious and deadly. It pins its prey down on the ground with its powerful front legs and giant claws and then rips it apart. Like a shark, the dragon has bone-crushing jaws and sharp teeth with serrated edges that can tear through the toughest hide. The Komodo devours every morsel of its prey, including bones, fur, and hooves, ripping off large pieces of flesh and gulping them down whole. The Gila monster has bead-like, scaly skin that is black with pink and yellow markings. It has dark bands on its tail, a black face, and black legs and feet. Its bright colors probably warn predators that it is poison. The giant Komodo dragon has all the trademarks of a predator. Its enormous size, powerful jaws, scaly, leathery hide, giant front legs, and lethal, long claws truly makes it a daunting sight. Underwater stingers. Danger lurks in unexpected places underneath ocean waves. Many sea creatures have poisonous spines that they use to defend themselves from predators. Others, such as cone snails, use poisonous to catch prey. There are more than 50 different types of poisonous fish in the world's oceans. They make many people sick each year and have even been known to cause death. Some of these fish are almost invisible, lying camouflaged on the seabed. Others have bold, colorful markings to warn potential predators not to attack or eat them. Hidden danger. The stonefish is probably the most deadly fish in the sea. It lives on corals and rocks in shallow, tropical waters and relies on ambush to catch its prey. Its squat, warty body is camouflaged with splotches of color that make it seem invisible. The stonefish lies in wait until a small fish or crustacean comes close enough to seize and then swallows it whole. The stonefish can hardly move and is unable to escape from predators, so it has a row of spines along its back that are tough enough to pierce sandstone. The minute the spines are touched or someone steps on them, they release deadly venom that affects the lungs and heart, causing suffocation or a heart attack. Deadly snail. Cone snails are tropical sea snails. Most species eat worms and other snails. A few, however, eat fish. Cone snails cannot move fast enough to chase fish, so they use poison to paralyze their prey. The poison is delivered by a hollow dart. When the snail's snout touches a fish, it triggers a flow of poison. The dart in the snail's proboscis shoots out like a harpoon and injects the poison under pressure. Fish-eating cone snails are the most dangerous. They produce a nerve toxin that is strong enough to paralyze a fish within seconds or to kill a person. Medical scientists are currently researching the use of cone snail venom as a non-addictive painkiller, which could be 1,000 times stronger than morphine. Warning colors. Lionfish drift through the shallow, sunlit waters of tropical coral reefs, moving as close as they can to schools of small fish on which they feed. Lionfish are extremely beautiful with gauzy strips and dotted fins, and they hold up like fluttering fans. Their stripes help camouflage them against the background of the coral reef as they float waiting for prey. But these feathery fins contain an array of lethal poisonous spines, 13 along its back, 3 beneath its tail fins, and 2 below its jaw. These spines contain poisonous glands, but the poison is used only for defense and never for honey. Any predator trying to eat a lionfish is speared by the spines and is unlikely to survive. The lionfish's stripes warn predators that it is poisonous and that they should stay away. A person stung by a lionfish will suffer a lot of pain, convulsions, and breathing difficulties. A brightly patterned cone snail extends its proboscis toward an unwary fish. As soon as the snail makes contact, a sharp modified tooth shoots down the proboscis like a hollow dart, stabbing the fish with a powerful venom. The puffer puffs itself up with water and raises its spine to scare off enemies and make itself hard to eat. Some types of puffers are poisonous, but only if they are eaten because their poison is concentrated in their internal body organs. A stonefish lies concealed on its rocky seabed. It allows weeds and sea anemones to grow on its skin to help camouflage it. At the sea base of each stonefish spine is a venom gland. When pressure is applied to the skin covering the spine, venom shoots up a canal to the sharp tip of the spine. Frown-like fins. The long spines along a lionfish back are disguised within frond-like fins. Each spine has a venom gland lying in a long central grove. If a lionfish is threatened, it swims towards its attacker with all of its dorsal spines pointing forward, ready to attack. Sea urchins have sharp spines, but most are not toxic. The flower sea urchin, however, is very poisonous and dangerous. Tentacles. 2 of the most dangerous creatures in the sea are not armed with powerful jaws and sharp teeth, but instead with trailing tentacles and deadly poison. The box jellyfish is the most poisonous sea creature of all and has toxins more potent than a cobra's. A person who has been badly stung can die within 5 minutes. Blue-ringed octopus are tiny, yet more people in Australia die as a result of their bites each year than die from shark bites. Danger in the water. Almost all jellyfish can sting, but most are not deadly to humans. When they do sting people, it is usually by accident or just a self-defense reflex. Many jellyfish are carnivores. The smaller ones feed on plankton, and the bigger ones feed on fish and crustaceans such as shrimp. The box jellyfish, sometimes known as the sea wasp, swims near the coasts of northern Australia and Southeast Asia. Like other jellyfish, it pulses gently through the water, trailing its tentacles. It has 60 tentacles, each 9.8 feet long. The surface of each tentacle is packed with thousands of stinging cells called nematocysts. If hairs on these cells are triggered by contact with prey, they fire tiny barbed harpoons, injecting the prey with venom. Each nematocyst is tiny, but because there are so many of them, this can result in a huge amount of venom. One box jelly tentacle alone can kill an adult human. Once prey have immobilized by the stings, the jellyfish lifts it to its mouth using its tentacles. On humans, box jellyfish stings cause agonizing pain and produce welt-like scars up to 0.2 inch wide. As with other jellyfish, even when a box jellyfish has died and its tentacles are dry, they can still sting if it comes into contact with soft, wet skin. Small but deadly. The blue ring octopus is tiny but deadly. It measures only 7.8 inches across with its tentacles outstretched. Yet, the venom glands in its head contains enough poison to kill 10 people. The octopus lives in shallow waters and rock pools around Australia and some Pacific Ocean islands, where it hunts for crabs. Its tentacles are lined with suckers, but these are harmless to humans. It is the bite from the octopus that is lethal. The octopus has sharp jaws like a parrot's beak. When it bites its prey or a person, it injects venomous saliva into the wound. The venom causes paralysis, heart failure, and death. The octopus is normally a dull yellow color with pale blue circles, but if it is feeding, feels threatened, or trapped, its body color darkens, and the circles turn electrical blue, warning predators that it is poisonous. Young blue-ringed octopus do not have the blue rings and rely on squirting out clouds of ink to escape from predators just like other octopus. Once the blue rings have developed, however, they no longer need to do this. Box jellyfish have a pale blue translucent bell around 7.8 inches across. The bell has 4 distinct sides, hence the name box jellyfish. During the jellyfish season, huge swarms of jellyfish float out to sea, carried back and forth by the tides and currents. Moon jellyfish are common and widespread, but their stings are not powerful enough to harm humans. Each nematocyst contains poison and a tightly coiled harpoon. When the harpoon is triggered, it shoots out of the cells very quickly, turns itself inside out, and sticks into the victim, releasing a shot of venom. To be continued with Chapter 3.